What's up, everybody? Your boy is back after a long and eventful vacation. We are back on the Command Time podcast after a little small hiatus. Unfortunately we didn't have a chance to put the episode out last week, but this week is actually the official schedule will be released tomorrow, and we're going to have a mock schedule, and we're going to talk about rookie minicamp and OTAs for the Washington Commanders. It's your boy DT. Well, Caleb and Kayla and a special guest, Deuce from Redzone in the Lab, will join us to talk about what would be a great schedule for the Washington Commanders. It's time it started. It's also time to command the time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we ready right now. It's about time. I know it's about time. It's about time.
What's up, everybody? This is the I didn't name that. I've been on vacation far too long, but this is the Command Time podcast with your boy T, Caleb, and we got Deuce, and Kayla is in the background somewhere. But this is the mock schedule, so we definitely appreciate Deuce for hopping on. So let me tell everybody the story that happened last week. So. No, Deuce. I said, hey, Deuce, I'm going to be on vacation. Deuce said he got me. All right, cool. Everything going good. I forgot to give Deuce the commands to the show. So, unfortunately, that's why we did not go live. And everybody was texting me and stuff, and I had on Do Not Disturb because I was spending time with my someone. And
with your someone?
Yeah, with my
that man had that Tinkerbell dust.
Yeah,
that's what that was. He had that Tinkerbell dust.
That's on me. She got my Tinkerbell dust on me. But it's all good. It's all good though. But I'm back. I'm back in Florida. We're having fun, and we're going to continue this episode right here. And here's Kayla right here. This is the official. We're going to be talking about OTAs and stuff real quick before we go into the mock schedule. What we think about some teams that. Possibly a huge matchup for Washington this year with Jaden Daniels at him, a quarterback. But Kayla, let's go ahead and talk about rookie mini camps and also OTAs this week. So surprisingly, everybody has been watching Jaden Daniels taking the helm at quarterback. He showed himself. Who has showed out for themselves so far for rookie mini camps and OTAs, which just started today?
So for me, so far, I've been looking at they didn't really show out, but I've been looking at the DBs. That's one position I'm still like the corners that I'm still a little bit shaky about. So I've been paying attention to them a little bit. They haven't did a lot. But that's a group that I've been looking at a little bit. And of course, McCaffrey's been going off, so that's another player that's been having a good camp so far.
Yeah. Deuce, what do you think about some of the rookies that showcased themselves this week? Obviously, not just the rookies we drafted, but some of the rookies that have been signed as undrafted free agents, such as Marcus Jack Saint from Georgia, and then you got guys from Colorado State. What are some guys that caught your eyes during this rookie minicamp this week?
I think Saint, when he's watching the day, I think he kind of pulled up with a little limp. So that's something to kind of watch out for. It was right before they ended the drills for the media and the public or whatever. So that's definitely something to look out for. But for me, it is Benny for sure. Just kind of watching him to see how he moves, to see where they have him lined up at. You know, the routes that he's running, to see if he's running more in between the hashes, outside the hashes. But it seems like him and Luke is doing a lot of work in between the hashes. So that's definitely something to kind of watch out for. Is that work? And Cliff, I know you want to ask about the players, but
Yeah.
Cliff looks dialed in, bro. Like he
Yeah.
and like every clip they show him, he definitely looks dialed in for sure.
Yeah, the piggyback off what Deuce said, people talk about Cliff. Like I, we've had these discussions. As a head coach, mm, may not be that good, but there was a reason why he was a head coach, and it's because of what he did offensively. So now he has the opportunity to put all of his effort and all of his energy into the offense. He doesn't have to worry about the defense. You don't got to worry about special teams. Look, you just focus on offense. You be around Jaden. You be around the weapons. You get them acclimated what they need to do. Um, yeah, he's working with the Jaden's working with Luke. He's working with Senate too. Um, today I think he just started throwing to Terry for the first time. So and now the NFL got him trending and him throwing in the rain. Him throwing in the rain literally like less than an hour ago. So he's this team is, besides from what the players and the rookie minicamp, this team is going to get some love via social media and in the offseason. They're pushing this team to get more looks, basically. But I'm just pray they can get out of here with no injuries. We know with Johnny Newton with his situation, um, just stay off your feet, good brother. Just stay off your feet. They got him walking in the boot. They said 8 weeks. And like I said, if he don't play majority of this season, I don't know how y'all feel. This is just me. It's not a deal breaker for me. My my energy is focused on like the quarterback situation, these weapons, and see how he can develop. I'm like I said earlier with the past podcast we had, DT and Kayla. I'm not worried about this defense. I'm not. I'm not worried about this defense. Quinn gonna take care of the defense.
And then
I'm
after listening to Forbes' press conference today, he's talked about how this coaching staff is actually paying attention to detail, working with him, which didn't happen last season. So I'm expecting him to step up on the outside.
Yeah, I think I'm more focused on that quarterback development. We need to get this right. We need to get this right because I'm telling you, if we get this right, it's over.
So another thing that has been noticed when it comes to camp is just the level of intensity and the level of passion you see from this new coaching staff and how they're pushing players with. Now, I understand a lot of people when it came to Ron, he did have a military background and some things like that. He would bring, maybe some Navy guards and have conversations with men and things. But I think there's entirely a different atmosphere when it comes to Dan Quinn and how he's doing things. All the coaches are electric. He gets every single player involved, vets, rookie, undrafted, maybe even the water guy. And you see all these guys running through a wall for these coaches. And you also see that today and also yesterday with one of the exercises with the log. And that was posted all over social media. You got guys like Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz, KJ Henry. A lot of guys are buying in to what Dan Quinn, Adam Peters has brought to this new Washington Commander squad. Do you feel like that will be a big aspect and that will help this team for the offseason plan and also during the season?
For me, I think everything counts from the moment they get there. It's to build a good team. You got to start with a good foundation, brick by brick. So from day one, communication. You got to work with the players daily. You got to talk to them. If they're not doing something right, you got to hold them accountable. That's what we haven't seen in the past. They are holding them accountable. It's a competition between everybody. Everybody working together. And an outcome in the big moments where you need everybody to come together in a big game, they practice that all off season. They built that connection, and that's one thing I was worried about. The different coaches, they're like egos clashing, but that's something I haven't seen. Everybody's been working together. They've been hands on, so I think it will make a difference.
And right before I opened up the app, first, you know what the first thing I see? I see my guy Deuce comment. Player to player accountability. The first thing I see, player to player accountability.
Yeah,
That's why guys like Bobby, they're very like forget all the can he cover it? He's slower. It's deeper than that for me. It's the experience. It's just been them being around the game for a long time. Them you establishing a foundation for the team, and then you build off of that in the future. You bring these players in. You got these guys to be basically the concrete foundation of what you're trying to do. This is why Bobby is here. That's one of the reasons why he's here, especially on defense. It's one of the reasons why he's here. Also, random question: have y'all ever seen this team practice in the rain? I've never seen them getting film practicing in the rain. They usually go in the bubble and do that stuff. That's one thing that I like too. Them practicing in the elements. I like
yeah.
that.
They
I
just
like
kind of
that.
stayed out there because it wasn't raining at first.
Yeah.
Then it started. They just stayed out there. Usually they part of the,
Yeah,
you
move
know,
them.
yeah,
Hmm.
walk
But
a
I like
quarter
that though.
mile in
I
the
like
bubble.
that though. It forces them to practice within the elements because this is something that's going to have to happen, regardless. These are things you can't control. Sometimes you literally can't control the weather. So, them them practicing in the elements, just continuing to do their routine. I actually like that. I
And
value that
like
a lot.
and Dan just having everyone working, right? Like all the players, all the coaches, all the assistants, all the ball boys, like every field was being used for something. Like people is just not standing around watching the guy in front of them. Like everybody is working. You got you say you got 707 on this field, 707 on that field. A lot of those things we wasn't able to see because it's not open to the public yet. But those are the things that he kind of talked about at his presser prior to practice starting. And he's like, look, I want to see everybody. I want to see what everyone does. I want to see how everyone competes. I want you to go full speed. You know what I'm saying? We know that's coaches talk. They're not gonna go full speed, but you wanted to be able to show something. And those guys that's on the bubble, you might want to go full speed. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just not gonna make this team just cause. I mean, even in the press room, he doesn't like the way it's set up. That he's not able to kind of see all of the reporters. Like he wants to change that so everyone can be in front of him, so everyone can get an opportunity to ask questions, which I think is kind of cool. Like that for him to even think about that. That just lets you know that he's open to any type of criticism, praise, whatever it may be. He just don't want to hear from the same people over and over.
Mm.
Yeah. So one thing that I also noticed is the coaches in terms of the offense, how collaborative, and you guys mentioned it about Cliff, how energetic you see Cliff Kingsbury being very active with the quarterback, and specifically, obviously, Jaden. And you see how he's putting in the work. He's teaching him some of the nuances that he wants within this offense. And he commented today, just talked about how Jaden he's a learner. He's very smart. His IQ is very high, and he's already very up there with protections as a rookie. And we know last year with Sam, he was still learning the way as he go, but protection and just protecting the football and getting away from sacks, that was a huge problem for last year. And I think just looking at the overall development of not only the quarterback position, but just the linebacker room with Bobby Wagner, the defensive back room with Joe Witt and Dan Quinn, the defensive line with Daryl Tapp running it. You see a lot of guys that are teachers. You see a lot of guys that are influencers, and I think that's going to be a huge benefit for a lot of young guys and a lot of positions that we have struggled with for the past couple of years, mainly linebacker, mainly cornerback play, and especially offensive line play and quarterback play.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But I mean, hey man, I like what I see. It says rookie mini camp, but it's nice to see the team out there, working out and just doing what they got to do. Just develop, like what Kayla said, you got to develop that camaraderie, that chemistry, and I think everything else will fall into place.
And another thing that I also like that I picked up from OTA, what one of the press conferences is what Jahan said, that Cliff is actually playing to is use of building their playbook towards their strengths, which in the past that hasn't really happened too much. So I think that'll be good as well.
Definitely cannot wait for that. All right, so this is what a lot of people have been talking about. So we know the schedule will be released tomorrow, but we all know it's going to be released far away before 8 o'clock. But so Washington, we have not had a league game so far. I mean, there's been some rumors about talking about
Everything's been tight lipped all off season.
other stuff. So I'm gonna ask you guys this: what would be an ideal week one matchup for you?
Give me Atlanta or New York on the two. I think
Yeah, they said it's the Giants. This the New York Giants 100th anniversary or something like that. Um, I forgot who said it. It's like I think his name is Peter Schrager. He's on Good Morning Football. He was like, "Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Giants and Commanders 8:30 p.m. Sunday night football, which I would love.
The blue people, Deuce arch nemesis.
Beat them on their anniversary. Yeah, because if that happens, I may
You can
yeah, no,
see the rage.
no, I may I'm trolling.
You can see the rage in Deuce eyes when we say blue.
I'm trolling, and Deuce, if you host a space, you may need to make me, you may need to make me go
So Deuce,
because some of these because he already know you tell it about, oh, y'all taking selfies, bro. Why do you care who taking selfies on our squad or not? Like, stop being weird, dog. And you know who you are. You know
so
who you are. But if it's not the Giants, I've said previously I may be getting too far ahead of the questions, DT. But I really want to see what we're gonna do against the AFC North. So if they match us with
Got too excited.
if they match us with
Some blue people probably hacked your phone.
nah, they ain't hacking nothing. Uh like I know some Bengals fans I come across, they say they want to play us week one. They want that get back for what happened with Joe Burrow. And it's like, bro, that's like 4
Well, that was
years.
4 years ago.
That's 4 years ago.
Like,
Nobody
hold
thinking
up.
about that right now. But
that's
I mean, the Giants week one, it don't really matter to me, man. But if they face us with a tough opponent week one, I wouldn't mind it. I think you want to catch your tough opponents early a little bit because
I
cause,
mean, we don't even know what's really going on with Burrow.
yeah, with the wrist injury, yeah,
Yeah, so man, whoever just put him on our schedule. Don't care who it is.
yeah. It don't really matter who we
Yeah.
play. Just compete. Just compete. But I tell you this, I don't think we'll get blown out in any of these games we'll play. We'll lose a couple of few for sure, but we not getting embarrassed. We not getting dog walk. I tell you that. We not losing
we're
by
not
30
playing
points.
one half of football. We will play 4 quarters,
Yeah, we're
not one
not.
half, not one quarter,
Yeah.
4 quarters.
But I mean, hey, if they schedule us with the Giants Sunday night football, sure, put us on the schedule. Put put us on the schedule.
Well,
Sure.
if it's at home, I wouldn't mind starting with Atlanta.
okay, so I really don't have a preference. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Bengals at first, then talking about the Giants. Giants game, okay, that might make sense, but I also think about where the teams are kind of at. I mean, Washington has almost knew everything. The Giants, they're trying to rebound from last year, all that. So if they have that as a primetime game, I think it probably won't be as interesting. But to me, I think an ideal matchup would be them because based on the fact of trying to get a head start in the NFC East race, they already confirmed that the Cowboys will be playing the Browns, so that's going to be a huge matchup. Even though it has not in division, but that's a tough team that Dallas will be going on the road to play against. Healthy with Miles Garrett and how that defense is at home. and then Philadelphia will be playing the Green Bay Packers, which is a conference game across the sea in Brazil.
And
So
that ain't no easy game either. I'll tell you
No.
that.
definitely not an easy game. But hey, man, I think to me, I would definitely open up with the blue people because they've been they've been getting on nerves past couple of years. We gotta shut them up.
But I wonder, like Jaden is getting a whole lot of coverage. The Giants is really not getting no 100-year coverage, right? So I wonder how much the league would rather have the focus being on Jaden Daniels.
Right.
Week one. I know we had a few. We had what 3 in a row home openers. Um, I think we're going to be on the road against the Panthers. That's just my prediction from last week. Um, but I wonder if they're going to put us somewhere where he'll be overshadowed, and maybe that whole thing about New York and this and that, historic 100 years. Maybe that'll kind of overshadow him, or he may just overshadow them and overshadow that 100 years. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they might not want that. They might want to really make this a big thing. So they might get them the Panthers. I don't know with their home away schedule though, but um, I'll be cool with it regardless. But I wonder how the NFL is going to look at it as far as marketing is concerned.
Yeah. But by the way, fun fact, shout out to one of my guys that follows me. I think that the last 10 years the Giants have only won 2 home openers.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs each time.
Yeah. So, but if they want to start off strong, they're not doing this. But Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels, week 1, Sunday Night Football. That's
That'll turn heads.
that's a
I feel like
strong.
they want to save that. I feel like they want to save that.
Yeah, they're gonna
Maybe.
save that. But
I
if
see
they
making
if
like
they
a
do
Thursday
that,
night football or
But
something.
they
I
don't want to take no chances.
No,
I
I don't.
don't,
I
I
don't
don't, I don't, I don't, I don't want Thursday night football no more. I
yeah,
don't want, I don't
I
want no
don't
more
want
Thursday
to
night
Thursday
football
football
games.
to give us one.
But if they, I wouldn't mind that. You start off strong, number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick. It don't. We can go to Chicago. It don't matter to me. Or they can come here, but
Well, it has to be here.
they got to
yeah.
be there. Okay, okay. Well, I wouldn't mind that either. That's a great way
Bring
to start off
Caleb
strong.
back to DC and
Yeah,
lose.
I think it
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, he went to school here, but like I said, he
that's it, and
you know,
lose.
yeah, he's right down the street from Union Station. He never went there, so
Hmm.
he ain't really from DC. But yeah, I get it. But I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be. Yeah, that
it's
don't
it's
definitely gonna
it's
say
it's it's gonna turn heads.
that's
It's
a
gonna
fact.
it's gonna put people. It's gonna make people turn on the TV. So it don't really matter to me who we play. Just compete, like I
I mean,
said.
yeah, the Giants don't have nobody. Like, what would be the? I mean, 100 years is just like
It's just a
I don't know,
historical
man.
franchise thing.
And yeah, I know, but they
Yeah,
don't have they don't really have nobody to
promote.
like help market that. Like who? I mean, who they gonna do? I mean, neighbors don't even
Uh,
want to be there. He's always looking upset that he's there.
the top 3 marquee players they have. They're not. There's one of them is a premier. 2 of them are premier positions. I mean,
But it's not
Andrew.
marketable premier
Yeah, it's not
position.
marketable. Yeah,
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas, Brian
Man,
Burns.
they gonna have a one
Yeah,
o'clock game, man.
yeah, for real. Yeah,
They gonna have a one
most
o'clock game.
likely, most likely, most likely.
Celebrate with your people. The
Yeah,
world don't need to
I
see
just want
it.
to. I just want somebody to shut Deontay Banks up. Like,
Yeah, the
yeah,
world don't need to see it.
That's fine.
So,
Ted.
Deuce, I know you got to run real quick. So, I just want to ask you this before you go. What is one game that you've seen from the opponent's list that you're like, bang, I'm marking this on the calendar. I cannot wait for this game. I have to go to this game.
I guess it's like 3 different ways to answer, right? As far as the city itself, um, of course it's Tampa Bay because I love Clearwater, so I'm definitely circling that game. But that's cosmetics, right? That's nothing else but cosmetics. Um, when we talk about like rivalry type thing, is definitely the Bears with the number 1 picks, right? So that's another game that I'm circling. Um, And when it comes to division game, it's probably the Cowboys game in Dallas because I think if we're really or if they're really serious about being competitive and setting up this long term goal of long term competitiveness over like what they talk about long sustainable success,
Mhm.
this is going to have to be a team that we're going to have to compete with year in and year out because the NFL needs these two teams specifically to
Mm-hmm.
compete with each other year in and year out. If they can get that with these two teams, like the NFL can really go like go to crazy heights because whether people want to admit it or not, the Redskins, whatever, like Washington football team, whatever you want to call them, it's all over the world, right? It's all over the world. A lot of those fans is hiding behind new teams now, waiting to come out from among them, like in Carolina, Baltimore, some teams up north, like winning teams that's been winning. A lot of Commander Redskin fans is undercover fans and other fan bases. I definitely believe that because they just know too much about the
History.
franchise. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and once you become a fan of something for a long time, you can't really switch on the inside. You can
Okay.
switch on the outside, but the inside you're not gonna be
And
able to
and
switch.
that and that's why everybody says, and it's true. Man, I think the numbers prove it. History shows it. The NFL
Yep.
is great when Washington is really good.
Yep.
hmm
When we're a really good team, the NFL thrives off that, especially with
hmm
the rivalry between us and the Cowboys. Some people think it's dead because of the name change or just because of the competitive aspect. But if we beat them, it's going to turn some heads. It's like, oh yeah, this city is back. And even if they lose like by 3 points, it's like let's say 30-33, but we competitive. We not getting dogged out 45-10. We lost by a field goal. Let's say we lost by a field goal. It's like okay,
hmm
this team is
And,
back.
and especially in the DMV area, like I tell people,
Yeah,
outside of the DMV area, it's not a rivalry no more. But inside the DMV, it's still a rivalry. It's
yeah,
always
it
going to be
is.
a rivalry. So when you put a team out there that can beat them and compete with them, all these old dudes on the corners and on the block, these winos, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, I'm messing up the algorithm, but they're gonna have their jerseys back on and their hats back on and all that, watching the watching the game, stealing electricity out of the corner store on Sundays when they close, watching the TV on crates. Like that's the excitement that the city needs, especially looking forward to trying to get a stadium back here.
Mm. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And again, as soon as I open up the app, man, Bucky Brooks he promotes us and Jaden so much.
Yeah, yeah,
He expects Jaden to have a CJ Stroud type of rookie year. That's literally what
yeah.
he said. So
Well,
It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, man.
all right.
Appreciate you, DT.
all right,
Kayla,
dude, you
Kayla.
be safe
Appreciate
out
y'all
there,
having me
Be
man.
on,
safe.
man.
Don't forget,
Yeah.
everybody tap into Redzone in the lab on
Tap
a
in with my
daily
guy,
basis
man.
Appreciate
on
that. Appreciate
YouTube.
that. So
Oh,
Caleb
Subscribe.
and Kayla, next time he go down there and become a kid again, he probably did it on purpose. He probably ain't want us to have it. We was gonna show out last week, but all love, man. Appreciate y'all. One.
All right, man. You
all
be
right, man.
safe, good brother.
First of all, I was not playing that. It was an accident. But so for me, I'll say this. One game that I have marked on my calendar, and I'll go the same way Deuce did. If we're talking about location, I love playing in Louisiana. I love playing in New Orleans. New Orleans played the Saints. Last time we had a rookie quarterback and he played in New Orleans. He went off, and that was RG3. So I always love the aesthetics of playing in New Orleans. And plus, Jada Daniels played at LSU.
LSU.
So that would be a homecoming for him, some sorts, as him playing back in the Bayou. If we're talking about an intense game that's like, wow, I cannot wait, and it's going to catch the eyes of people, I'm going to say Jaden Daniels playing against Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Ooh.
answers.
The amount of people that are going to go to this game, how deep it is, and you have two young black quarterbacks in the DMV area, two former Heisman Trophy winners, and a two-time MVP, and a lot of people have compared Jaden to Lamar. It's going to be a big cultural thing for both communities as Washington heads and plays Baltimore Ravens, and you get to see two young electrifying quarterbacks go up against each other. And if we're talking about divisional, most definitely it has to be the Dallas Cowboys, because I would say Philadelphia too, but Dallas is our eternal rival, obviously, and they have been a team that has really humiliated us far more than any other team in the division. And in order for us to get where we need to get to, we have to start beating Dallas more because of the market, because of how everybody views Washington now. You see Adam Peters, you see Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn coming back to Dallas to beat a Dak Prescott-led team, and you have everything around this team to be better. And just competing with Dallas every year instead of getting outmatched. That will be the biggest thing for this team. So those are the three games I have marked for myself.
So DT, so I had those three as well for New Orleans. Yeah, for the to travel. I was going to say New Orleans one, because Jaden went to LSU. Then also I will be going to that. I'll be traveling to my second away game, to the Saints, and I just want to see that matchup with Olave, and it's gonna be a good game. Like, and then the second game, our rivalry, since y'all keep saying Cowboys, I'm gonna go ahead and go in a different direction. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Eagles. That's one team the past few years we kind, even though we've been bad, we kind of been like competitive with them, and I still think they're the best team in this division. So we got to beat the best. So we got to beat. If we want to be the best, we got to beat the best. So I want to
Yeah.
say Philadelphia, for the in the division game, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say Caleb Williams versus Chicago game. I got circled. When I said a little bit earlier, he's returning pretty much back to the DC area. He's not. He's just returning back to the area where he went to high school. And then number one pick versus number two pick, you got Montez Sweat also coming back. It should be a good game. That's one game I definitely got circled, and I do think Caleb ends up losing to Jaden. Um, so what games do you have circled, Caleb?
Um, Cowboys away. Like I said, of course, I want to beat them. I just want to compete. I want, even no matter what the record is this year, my main goal and what I want to see from this team is that we got potential. We have upside. That's what I want to see. I want to see a positive trend. I don't want to see just a steady line of just not improving. You're just staying the same. I want to see an upwards trajectory. Even if they lose, even if they only win 7 games this year, those games that we played or those games that we lost, I want to see us compete with the best of the best. We lose by 10. They competed, and you saw that. Okay, you got this player. This player is a dog. This player is a dog, but you're just not there yet. It happens.
You know, sometimes you just get out coached, but as
Yeah,
long as you compete, that's all. From start
I,
to finish. Like
I,
in the past, our teams usually give up after halftime. They'll play for the fourth quarter. They'll show up for the second quarter, and then the third quarter they'll disappear. I just want to see the team play every week, all 4 quarters. Play
I
hard.
I got the Cowboys circled. Um, yeah, I picked the same. I guess you can. You know what? No. I'm gonna go with 2 teams in the North. I got the Cowboys circled. I got the Steelers circled because they're a tough, hard nosed football team.
Well
Consistent,
coached.
well coached. T.J. Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr. They got George Pickens. You know they're gonna have Russ, Pat
Wrong.
Fryermuth, Najee Harris. They got a pretty solid roster. You know, just to see how you fit up against a hard nosed, old fashioned football team. That's what they are. Um,
I
then I
like
got
it.
then I got the Bengals circled. I want to go up against one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and I want to see how we react towards that. Because Joe Burrow, when he's fully healthy, he's top 3 in the NFL. That's just me, but he's top 3 in the NFL. He'll be the best quarterback we'll face this season, for sure. He'll be the best quarterback we'll face all season, and we're going to face the best. Jamar Chase is going to be the best wide receiver we'll face all season. So I want to see how this defense is, which I said I trust Dan Quinn in the defense. We may give up over 20. We give up over 21 or 21 or more, 24 around there. That's league average, to be honest. It's really league average. 21 points is league average, to be honest. But I just want to see how we compete against them. You know, if they go into a shootout, never know. Last time we played the Bengals, we beat them without Joe Burrow. But people want to reminisce back to the RG3 era, and we went toe to toe with them. We went score for score. We didn't win, but we went score for score with them. But yeah, I want to face up against the best quarterback this year. So want to see how our defense is gonna react. See what we gonna do. That's what I'm curious about.
So, question: What would for you guys be a ideal bye week for y'all? Because we know a lot of times with Washington, they always get the weird end of the stick when it comes to the bye week. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last year ours was like around week 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the year before it was like week 6 or something very early. What would be an ideal
Week
bye
9,
week for you guys?
week 9, week 9, week 9, week 9, week 9, week 8, week 9, week 10, around there. If you can get it smack dab in the middle of your schedule, that's fine. Another thing that you're missing, DT, is they be killing us, man. They'll give us the Cowboys, the Browns, then the Eagles, then the Giants, or they give us the Ravens, the Eagles, the Steelers, and they'll like those stretches of tough games. It be killing us, man. And then we don't gotta buy until, like you said, week 11, week 12, and we dead, damn near dead. But hopefully this year they'll give us some favor. Never know. So, but week 9, though. Week 9, I want that bye week 9 for sure.
DT, where do you want the bye week to be?
I like where y'all were saying. I believe around week 8 to 10 should definitely be the bye week for us. But the problem I have is, like Caleb says, is the after the bye week is when you start to have those gauntlet of games in November and December. And I know a lot of people. There's rumors about us having Dallas on Thanksgiving, which to me I don't find that likely because we just played them last year, and usually they always rotate NFC and AFC teams every year with Dallas on Thanksgiving. So I think Dallas is going to get an AFC team this year, but the gauntlet with November and December, that's what always concerned me every year. Last year we had a tremendous gauntlet. We played the Rams team that we thought was going to be pretty mediocre, but they were solid. Had the Jets. They still had a top 5 defense, and even though they didn't have a quarterback, but those teams like that, those are hard teams that we have trouble to beat. And I want to see the mental toughness and can this team hold up later on during when it gets cold and have challenges and things like that. Because the biggest thing is we're seeing an entirely different team. Now we just need to know, is this a different team when they're playing up against a high quality team late for a playoff push or a Super Bowl push? That's where you want to see with your team.
So how do y'all feel? This is another topic that happened last week. We don't have to talk too much about it, but I do want to mention because it has been a topic throughout the past few days. How do y'all feel about Tress giving his number to JD? I know. Some people, there are fans that can't.
Yeah, and they're weird. Who gives a damn? Respectfully, I don't care what. I don't care if the man wore 99. I don't care if he wore 55 or 58 or 78. throw touchdowns, win me games. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about your damn number. Just like, what are we talking about here? Oh, he guilt tripped them to give him the number. What?
People in any positive situation, they always try to make it negative. You fan base try to find something. We can't just have one off season with just football. Talking
I mean,
about shirts and
though,
numbers. Huh?
to be honest, the only reason the jersey thing is a problem because for Washington, a lot of their jerseys are unofficially retired, and some of them they gotta ask permission for and stuff like that. My thing is if a jersey like number 7, you're saying it's unofficially retired, I don't believe it unofficially retired. Just retire the jersey. If you feel like this player has done enough for that franchise, like a Darryl Green, retire the jersey. And to me, like a jersey like 7 or stuff like that, okay, like you can't say it's unofficially retired. It's either retired or not. I think that's the conflict we have because a lot of our nice core jerseys are unofficially retired. Then you got some that are retired, and so they got weird numbers and stuff like that. But to me, I'm like Caleb. Like I kind of knew Jaden was going to get 5 anyway. I did appreciate the story from Tress Wade just to let us know how much it meant to him because Tress has been one of our best players since he's been signed here. He's been one of the best punters in the league, so you got to give props up to him. But it is just a number. I don't expect just because Tress gives him the number 5 that he's going to be horrible this year. I still expect Tress Wade to be Tress Wade this year. Now, Jada, he gets that number 5. You know what I'm saying? We drafted you number 2 and stuff. So eventually you're going to have to live up to your potential. Will it be this year? We'll see. But you drafted number 2, you're going to be the quarterback, you're the face of the franchise. We'll see how everything goes right there. I thought you were going to talk about the shirt. That's why I thought you were going to have a conversation.
I was going to ask about the shirt.
What shirt? You talking about Dan Quinn shirt?
The Dan Quinn shirt. I take my notification.
Shirt.
Playing like, bro.
Like I said,
we're in here
stuff is positive. All they find little stuff just to nitpick at. Like it's just a shirt. Like
our fan base feels so bored, bro. Like we fuss over shirts, we fuss over Congress. Like we can never just have a regular football debate. Like I've seen people comparing Jaden Daniels' release to Drake May.
After one practice.
And yeah, okay, Jaden does have a faster release, but how do you know like Drake May was supposed to throw it? It's not supposed to throw it like that. What if that's a touch throw? Like, come on, bro. Like, what? We so bored, man. Golly. Done.
Oh, and another thing about the shirt that Quinn wore, anybody who's watching, please be careful. There are some links for those shirts that are not real links. So please be careful. If you want to buy one of those shirts, the best place to buy one of those shirts is Breaking Tea, which is a credible site if y'all want to buy one.
If you're pressing links that literally appear up after Dan Quinn just brings a random shirt up and then you get hacked, you need to go touch grass, bro. It's not that serious for a jersey, like a shirt like that, bro. You can get that off of Amazon. Like, what are we talking about?
You can get a whole 3D printer and make it all like that.
Yeah, I'm looking. I know Deuce said it earlier about Jaden's football IQ is really high. He knows his protections. They better not be lying to me, because I've dabbled a little bit in this theory that if somehow, some way, this guy is somewhat cerebral at reading defenses, it may be over because of how well he is as a runner. But he's a pass first QB anyway. He's not a run first quarterback. So
we'll go design some plays for him to run.
Yeah, most likely they will. I'm just saying, like, Jaden's a pass first guy. He's not looking to run. He's people like to compare him and Lamar, and to me, they're not even the same. But he's a well more advanced passer than Lamar. was coming out of college. Just better. The running ability is different. Jaden could be faster, but we all know we need the guy something like that. We talked about that pre-draft, so.
And how do I feel about? I did see something at OTA today. How do y'all feel about them giving Brandon Coleman a few reps at right tackle and Lucas at left tackle?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think he needs to be put, anywhere that he can help. But I think obviously the plan is for him to compete at left tackle. But you never know. It could be a situation where he's not starting right now during the season. It's Cornelius Lucas, Andrew Wiley. Either he gets hurt or he gets benched. You put in Brandon Coleman, he'll be the next guy up.
Yeah.
Or you can switch and put Lucas at right tackle, and then you have Brandon Coleman at left tackle.
Tackle. Yep.
That's another thing too, Coleman. If Coleman works out, this draft may be the best I've seen in the last few years since I've been watching this team. I'm so serious.
I think all of our picks will end up.
I really think the biggest keys. I really think the biggest keys to this draft will be Jaden and Brandon Coleman.
I agree.
Because I think the floor ceiling is very high with Newton. He just got to stay healthy. I know he's going to play. But the floor with a guy like Sennett and Sanderstill, they're going to come in and play automatically and contribute. But with Coleman's athletic traits and what he did in 2022 compared to 2023 when they moved him to guard, if he can pan out and be a solid tier starting left tackle in the NFL, and then Jaden plays and he's give us the best quarterback play we have in so long, the amount of things you can do next offseason is just about to be ridiculous with Adam Peters and Dan Quinn.
Yeah. I knew I had a feeling about Dan Quinn. I was so happy I had that feeling. And hopefully it was right. I'm just so happy I had that feeling.
All right, we got one final thing, and then I think we're gonna close it up for tonight. And because the schedule's gonna come out tomorrow, and then we'll probably drop some
after OTAs next week. This week I'm gonna be this week I'm gonna reach out to our upcoming guests. I'm gonna reach out to them this week.
Okay, most definitely. Y'all need to stay tuned to some of the guests we're gonna have on the show. Bold prediction tomorrow for the schedule. Let's start with you, Kayla.
Are you asking for a win, like a win?
No, not wins. We're not doing wins. Just asking for a one bold prediction and see how accurate you is with the game. Like I'm talking about like what week, the opponent, what time, what channel. I'm talking about.
Okay, so one bold prediction. Okay, so Monday Night Football, Week 4. Chicago versus Commanders, Monday Night Football, Week 4.
Okay.
She took my prediction. I'm not even gonna use that team.
Week 4. I got it. That's Kayla. What's you?
I know there's a rumor that we're playing Dallas on Thanksgiving again, which I really wouldn't mind, to be honest. I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Eagles. We play the Eagles Christmas Day.
Ooh. That'd be fire.
Hey, hold up,
fire.
Hang on.
That'd be fire.
Hang on, bro. That'll be fire, but you're gonna make me sick.
At what time?
You're gonna make me sick.
At what time? Nighttime. What the hell?
Bro, if I gotta wake up Christmas Day knowing we play, I'm not gonna think about no presents, bro. Okay, so you Christmas Day. Dang, that's gonna be crazy.
That'd be
Christmas
fire.
Day versus the Eagles.
That'll be fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I may have to work though. Yeah, I know with my new job that that I got. I may have to work holidays unless I
You
take
better
off
get a
early.
streaming service so you know record it.
I can't. I can't. I can't. Well, true. 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 True.
Okay. All right. So
What's your vote prediction?
this my bowl game. I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna be spot on tomorrow. Week 6 at Arizona, 4:25 on Fox.
Okay. Okay.
Not bad.
I think that's going to be highly accurate. Cliff goes back to Arizona and play Kyler Murray. Yeah, fire, bro. But that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. The schedule will be coming out tomorrow. Y'all follow us on Twitter. You follow me at D Cleveland Jr. You can follow Caleb at Caleb X Justin. You can follow Kayla at KPowell0922. Follow our tweets, and we'll give some of the reactions to some of the leaks, because obviously it's going to be leaked out before it even hits 8:00. And then when it
probably get some like later tonight, early in the morning. But never forget.
Go ahead, Kayla. Because I was talking to you.
Okay, so never forget, it's never the Eagles' time. It's definitely not the Giants' time. It is definitely not the Cowboys' time. But it's always command time.
It is. Y'all can, like DT said, y'all can follow me. Anything. CXLEB, JXSTIN, TIN, you know. Yeah, man. Let's pray everybody. Woosah. Stay healthy throughout the off season.
All right, everybody. This is the Command Time Podcast with your boy DT, Caleb, and Kayla. The schedule will be coming out tomorrow. Please follow us on Twitter and see some of our reaction tweets to some of the games that will be announced tomorrow. Also, stay tuned next couple weeks, actually, as we're going to have a couple of surprise guests to come out and talk about the Washington Commanders this offseason, what to expect for training camp 2024. This is Command Time Podcast, presented by the Fan Sports Network. And we'll see you guys next week as we get ready for the 2024 NFL schedule.
Got me feeling so free.